What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started, I gotta go ahead and say thank God for another day and another opportunity. And as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen, today, man, I am bringing y'all one of the most and best NBA 2K24 builds on next gen. Now, the build name that we're actually creating today is going to come out to a floor spacing slasher, and there has been some talk around the 2K community that this may just be the very best build that anybody can pick up and use. Now, out of all NBA players, this one's going to be reminding me of the playstyle of LAVINE. And then as far as for attributes, the ones that we can reach a 100 plus for will be our 3-point shot, perimeter defense, steal, stamina, driving dunk, and our speed with ball. Now that's really just the start. With our badges, we'll be able to get 2 Hall of Fame, spin cycle, and 2-step, 20 gold, 26 silver, and one of those being posterizer, with 3 being bronze, and also one of these is going to be limitless range. Now as you look at our animations, we're going to be able to get all of the upgraded pro dunk packages, all of the pro dribble animations, and I think this is really everything that everybody needs to be effective going into this year. Now before we get any further into this video, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new, smash that like button, turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family, and last but definitely not least, comment down TG for Thank God King Jesus and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with a response. Now to get started with today's build, let's go ahead and put it under the small forward position. As for the height, let's go with 6'6". Moving on to our weight, I like this best at 198 with a wingspan of 6'11". Now if you want to change any of these settings, go ahead and do so after we create the build together. Now from here, we're all set to move forward, and the first area that I do want to get into will be the driving dunk. So go ahead and put this all the way up to an 86. As for the rest of this area, on the driving layup side, go with a 72. Moving on to the close shot, I'm going to leave this as is, and same thing for the standing dunk. Now I'll be sure to get into the badges once I upgrade our physicals, but this is what you should be expecting and having an idea of what we're going to be able to do moving forward. Now getting into the shooting, I'm going to go with a 71 for my mid-range shot. As for the 3-pointer, I'm going to go with an 86. And then moving on to that free throw, I think it's going to be best at an 80. Now if you want to, these numbers are adjustable. Now if you want to get more out of the mid-range, go ahead and make the adjustments to do so based to your own playstyle. But this is what we should be expecting to look a little bit like, especially if you're following along. Now I think it's going to be crucial to go with this 80 free throw for silver free points. Now getting into the playmaking side of things, I'm going to go with the pass accuracy of a 76. Moving on to the ball handle, this is really special, and this is what allows us to unlock all of the dribble packages. Go with a 92 ball handle, and as far as for the speed with the ball, I'm going to put this to an 83. Now I think on the offensive end, this is more complete than we can expect, and we have some pretty solid defensive stats to get into. So for that perimeter, go ahead and put this all the way up to an 84. As for that steal, I'm going to go with a 91. And then this right here is exactly what we're going to be looking like on the defensive end. Now if you want to get more out of the rebounding, that's one option that I can definitely see. To wrap everything up with the physicals, go ahead and put your speed up to an 82. As for the acceleration, I'm going to go ahead and put this up to an 87. Moving on to our strength, leave this as is. As for the vertical, make sure you go with a 75 to get all of the contact dunks. And then for our stamina, this should go up to a 96. Now as you can see right here, we're still being effective for our badges when it comes to the very last attribute on the build. Now starting from the top down, as you can see when it comes to our driving dunk, we're able to get badges like posterizer, slithery, precision dunker, aerial wizard, and bunny. Now I really like whistle, and then the 2 Hall of Fame badges that we get like I mentioned earlier. To get into the mid-range and 3-pointer, the badges that I like most are going to be Agent 3. We also get bronze, limitless range, a lot of gold badges. The silver ones that stand out are going to be Space Creator. Pretty much for this build, I think we're going to be able to take it into any game mode and any setting. I also do like guard up with open looks. Now for the free throw, I definitely did mention that we have to go with an 80, and I think this is crucial, especially for this kind of build. Now for the pass accuracy, we get silver dimer, relay passer, special delivery, touch passer, and break starter, which is important. As for the ball handle, we get gold blow by, handles for days, silver killer combos. Then we also get speed booster, unpluckable ankle breaker, triple strike, and then for the speed with ball, you can pretty much get the same exact story. Now for the defensive end, the badges that we get are 94 feet, ankle braces challenger, fast feet, pick dodger, workhorse, and then for our steal, we get 3 amazing gold badges: glove, interceptor, right stick ripper, and then to wrap everything for our physicals up, I think this build with the +4 from the Gatorade facility workouts is a huge W. Now one thing that everybody needs to take into consideration, you can buy your own boost, which is at least a +4. Add on your takeover boost, another +10. Now if you do decide to throw on gear, that's even an additional boost, and also the boost that we get from playing well in each game. Now let me know your thoughts and opinions down below on this archetype. Is there anything that you would change to personally make it better? Now from here, let's go ahead and move forward to make sure that everybody made the build correctly. And if you followed every single step of the way, we should be able to get these 3 comparisons. As y'all can see, Zach LaVine being 1, and we have created the best floor spacing slasher build in NBA 2K24 on next gen. Now we have everything from the playmaking end, definitely on the offense as a whole, and if you are running with the correct teammate, I think using this build with a lockdown defender or the right big man is going to be perfect. So before we get out of here, I just want to say thank y'all so much for the support. More so than anything, thank you God King Jesus for another day and another opportunity. And if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Smash that like button. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the rich family. And last, but definitely not least, comment down TG for thank God King Jesus and where you're tuning in from, and I most definitely will be sure to get back to y'all with the response. And with all that being said though, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.